kick off. I mean, it's a really difficult time after that result at the weekend.
It's a horrendous time, you know. It's been the hardest moment in my 21-year career. I'm not going to lie. There's been, you know, many lows in my career, and you know, if I was to pick a top 5, probably at least 3 of them would have come this season. You know, Wraith away, or Bruce away, and Saturday topped it all. You know, that feeling after the game on Saturday, I've never felt a sickly feeling like it. It was horrible, embarrassing, just every, every negative you can use. But you know, listen, we are where we are. It's not ideal, but you know, as I said to the reporter outside, you know, I'm still confident we can get out of it. I genuinely am, and I know it's easy saying that, and I think that's maybe been the problem this season. You know, it's players say the right things in the press, players say the right things in the analysis room on a Monday morning after a defeat on a Saturday, and it's time for boys to start turning up now. And you know, I still firmly believe that we'll get out of it. I do.
What when you look around the dressing room, do you see enough there that you can do it? You obviously do. If
I do, because you look, we have picked up results this season. We've shown we are capable in certain games, and listen, you look at the 4 games, and you know, we've played them obviously 3 times this season. I think we've beat them all at least once. So you know, on any given day, if we go out there with the right attitude, and you know, more importantly, go out and do our jobs, I think attitude and character is great. But in terms of picking up second balls and doing your job and matching runners, and that's what wins and loses you football matches. You can have the best characters in the world who rant and rave and say the right things, and at the end of the day, it matters. And a Saturday at 3 o'clock or a Friday night at 7:45, which will be tomorrow. And for me, that's that's the message to the boys. You know, just focus on, if you're selected on Friday, doing your job and helping the team. And but yeah, in terms of looking round, yeah, I do believe there's enough in there. I genuinely do, that you know, we can go and string a few results together and get ourselves out of it.
The team have been eager just to kind of prove that I was wrong, and after last week, you know, the team dropped to the bottom. People are assuming that County are going to automatically go down, but there'll probably be that fighting spirit to say we've got 4 games left, we can still stay up. You know.
Listen, the fighting spirit, it shouldn't. I can only speak for myself. I've never had to be motivated by any manager in my career or any incentive, but you know, I can't speak for everyone in that sense. But you know, there's boys out of contract in a month's time. There's boys who maybe have another year left here and their money will drop. I'm sure the manager could find 10 incentives for every player to get them motivated, but if you need that, for me, you're not used to us, because whether it's a relegation battle, a promotion chase, or you know, I've never crossed the white line on a Saturday at 3 o'clock and never been 100% wanting to win a game of football or giving me all to win a game of football. And I guess you just take for granted that everyone else is the same, but you know, for whatever reason this season we've just been so up and down, and at times you could question boys' character. I'm sure fans well within their rights to do that, because there has been times where it looks like we have chucked the towel in, you know, and you know, Saturday was certainly the lowest for me in terms of that. But you know, listen, it's been a tough. Monday was tough coming in, you know. I felt for the gaffer, you know, he's tried everything, but it's on us as players, you know. I've been guilty of saying it's 95%, I think in the press before said it's 95% down to us as players. It's 100% down to us as players, 100%. You know, you can't go through 2-3 managers a season and then start blaming other things, and we know that in the dressing room, and that's not me sitting here, you know, we spoke about it to each other, and but trying to flip it onto a positive again, back to we've got 4 games left. I believe that we can win the 4 games. Absolutely, 100%. I do believe it. And people now say it's out of our hands. I don't believe it is. I believe we go and win 4 games of football. Worst case, we'll get playoffs, but I believe we'll stay in the league. So I believe it's in our hands. And you know, you can be as negative as you want. There's going to be noise from the outside. I think every probably everyone wants us to go down. I couldn't care less about what other people think, but yeah, it's what we do, and you know, it's all right saying all the right things, but tomorrow night it's about winning 3 points, whatever it takes. It doesn't matter about the performance or just whatever it takes to win a game of football.
Say there's noise outside. Does that become more difficult to block out as the season's going on?
I genuinely don't know. Like, in terms of noise, I don't go on social media. I don't like the noise. If you're talking about fans getting upset at getting beat 4-0 at home to Airdrie, I'd be worried if they weren't upset. You know, does it help during the game? Absolutely not. You know, it would help more getting better. You know, but listen, I've been a supporter. I've went to Man United games as a Man United fan, and you moan and groan when they lose a goal. It's natural, but you know, my only message to the fans would be, like, you know, we'll do 4 games and we do need you. We do, you know, we've got 2 massive home games coming up after tomorrow night, and you know, for 90 minutes, get behind us, and if we do get beat, you can boo. I'll stand in the middle of the pitch and you can boo me for an hour until you want to leave, you know, but for them 90 minutes, get behind us, and because, you know, we as players, that's our message. We're just going to give our all. Like, we have been, like you would expect us to give our all the time anyway, but it's just too many times this season, boys with little niggles, maybe missing a session here and there. You know, everyone's trained, everyone's been out on the pitch, and it's putting your body in the line. And you know, I guess that would be the only message. You know, we're in this together, and there's some great people at this football club, and you know, who bleed Ross County, and you know, we're all desperate to stay in the league and you know, stick together.